What if I told you that the most dangerous, highly guarded, and absurdly expensive luxury asset on planet Earth isn't a supercar, a diamond watch, or a penthouse in Dubai? No, it's a fish, a prehistoric red and gold swimming creature called the Asian Arowana, also known in the financial underground as the dragonfish. We are talking about a single fish that routinely sells for $100,000, $200,000, and in some extreme cases, a staggering $300,000 for one single specimen. That is Lamborghini money swimming in a glass box. This fish is so valuable that it travels with armed bodyguards, armored convoys, and wealthy tycoons treat it like a high-yield tech stock. If you love money, if you love luxury assets, or if you just want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes when billionaires get bored, you need to watch this video. Because in the next few minutes, we are exposing the ultimate aquarium underworld. The microchipped fish, the international smuggling cartels, the plastic surgeries performed on animals, and the insane financial matrix behind the world's most expensive pet. Hit that subscribe button and grab your calculator because today we are auditing the swimming millions. Let's dive straight into the money tank. Let's look at the market cap of this animal because it makes absolutely zero sense to a normal person. In Asia, especially among high net worth individuals, tech billionaires, and even members of organized crime syndicates, the Asian Arowana is not a pet. It is a literal financial statement. It is believed to bring immense wealth, good luck, and absolute dominance to its owner. When I first looked into the numbers, I thought it was a typo. A high-quality blood red or super red arowana costs more than a house. If you walk into a billionaire's mansion in Singapore or Jakarta, you won't see a Picasso on the wall. You will see a custom bulletproof tank with a glowing red dragonfish. It is the ultimate look at me, I'm rich asset. It's a walking Rolex, but it breathes underwater. And because it represents so much status, the elite will pay absolutely anything to get the perfect one. They treat the fish market exactly like Wall Street, speculating on colors, breeding lineages, and market trends like they are buying Bitcoin. Now let's address the massive financial illusion running rampant in the comment sections, the silver arowana trap. Some people look at these numbers and say, come on, I just saw this exact fish at my local pet store for 50 bucks. Hold your horses because you are getting hit by a massive rookie delusion. The cheap fish you see at the local shop is the silver arowana. It comes from the Amazon basin, its population is perfectly fine, and it sells for peanuts because it is the common citizen of the underwater world. The $300,000 champion we are talking about is the Asian Arowana. Bred under strict lock and key in exclusive Asian facilities with a certified genetic lineage. One is a standard commuter car. The other is a custom-built, street-legal hypercar. Do not mistake the budget clone for royal aquatic assets because mixing them up will get you laughed out of the high-end collector circles instantly. How do you protect a $300,000 fish asset? You treat it like a stolen masterpiece. Because the Asian Arowana is protected by international law under the CITES agreement, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, capturing them from the wild is a massive global crime. Therefore, CITES dictates that every single legally bred arowana must be embedded with a high-tech microchip. Yes, a literal electronic tracking chip injected into its body, carrying a unique serial number that matches an official government passport. Without that CITES certificate, your $300,000 asset is legally worthless and turns into a direct ticket to a federal holding cell. Customs agents at international airports literally carry chip scanners just to audit traveling fish. But where there is big money, there is a massive black market. Welcome to the world of cosmetic fish surgery. Wealthy owners will literally hire specialized fish plastic surgeons to give their arowanas eye lifts, chin tucks, and tail straightenings. Why are they doing this? Because of a highly common defect called drop eye. In a glass aquarium, these prehistoric surface predators look down at sinking food or glass reflections, causing their eyes to permanently droop downward. If a $50,000 fish gets a slightly droopy eye, its elite market value drops by half. So a surgeon puts the fish to sleep with a mild anesthetic, uses a tiny scalpel to trim the tissue around the eye, realigns its gaze to look perfectly straight and aggressive, and boom, the asset value shoots right back up to $100,000. It is corporate asset management, but with a scalpel and a net. It is absolute brilliant madness. To make the financial madness even deeper, let's look at the genetic matrix. Just like the clarity and carat grading scales used for high-end diamonds, the arowana market runs on strict color specifications. The elite collectors track sub-varieties like chili red and blood red like they are watching tech stocks. Breeders go to absolute extremes to maximize the ROI on these scales. They install specialized high-spectrum ultraviolet lighting over the tanks and feed the fish custom diets packed with expensive shrimp just to enhance the red pigment in their scales. If the redness index of a single fish increases by just 1% on the grading chart, its valuation curve spikes vertically upward. The fish essentially ceases to be an animal and transforms into a living, breathing financial indicator, floating in a custom display. Let's go even deeper down the rabbit hole. The Yakuza and Triad connection. Why do the most feared organized crime syndicates in Asia treat this specific animal like an untouchable temple relic? Because in underground culture, the dragonfish is believed to be a supernatural shield for its owner. The legend says the arowana absorbs negative energy, bad luck, and will even sacrifice its own life to save its master. If a prominent crime boss survives an incident, or if the fish suddenly dies in its tank overnight, the inner circle believes the fish literally took the bullet meant for the boss. Having a massive ruby-red dragon swimming behind bulletproof glass in a syndicate headquarters is not just a display of financial dominance. It is viewed as a living, breathing insurance policy against the hazards of the underworld. When an asset is worth more than gold per ounce, criminals will inevitably enter the chat. The international smuggling of arowanas is a multi-million-dollar criminal enterprise controlled by sophisticated cartels. In countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, arowana breeding farms look like high-security military bases. We are talking about concrete walls, razor wire, vicious guard dogs, and security guards carrying automatic rifles. Why? Because the heists are brutal. There have been legendary cases where armed gangs cut through fences, disabled security systems, and literally scooped up breeding pairs worth $500,000 in a single night. In Singapore, a man was actually murdered during a high-stakes arowana robbery. When you transport a champion Super Red Arowana to an international fish show, it doesn't go in a plastic bag in the back of a car. It travels in an armored vehicle convoy with armed escorts, just like a shipment of diamonds from South Africa. Let's wrap this up with the ultimate financial reality check. The underwater world isn't just about glass and water. Underneath the surface lies a chaotic, million-dollar financial matrix ruled by greed, status, and pure human obsession. If this video blew your mind and made you realize that the fish market is actually crazier than Wall Street, smash that like button right now. Now I have one final question for the elite minds watching this. If you had a spare $300,000 sitting in your bank account today, would you drop it on a roaring supercar? Or would you buy a legendary red dragon with fins? Let's start an absolute war in the comments section below. And if you want to unlock more high-octane financial exposés that peel back the layers of the world's most insane luxury markets, hit that subscribe button and join our syndicate right now. Because around here, we don't just look at the tank, we count the power and the cash inside. Until we meet again, stay dark.